so let's talk about consecutive singles. Consecutive singles for me are something that I try to do with my schools, I try to do with people that I come across, because it really helps you understand how to keep that rifle going from a toss. So that's what we're gonna be working on today. So we're gonna start with that right hand under, in the neck, left hand over on the nose, and I'm gonna start with my thumbs pressed up against the back of the rifle. From here, I'm gonna do 4 drop spins. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. On 4 and, I'm gonna raise my hand to shoulder level, and I'm gonna let that rifle come straight out of my hand with those fingertips up. Notice I'm leaving my elbow under my rifle. I'm not doing this as I go into the release. So let's just try one single. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab. So now notice my hand came to my chest right after I released, and then I grabbed right back at that same position. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab. So I'm right back at that position. So now the thing about consecutive singles that is hard for a lot of people is you cannot add energy or take away energy from the toss. So I'll show you. If I'm adding energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab, I'm not gonna be able to continue that next drop spin. And I'll try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab. See how it gets out of control? I'm not gonna be able to steadily control that tempo. Now, if I take away energy and I try to back off, because now we're thinking softer, see how I'm not continuing the motion? I had to go so far down to grab my rifle. So this is why consecutive singles are so challenging. You cannot change a thing. The only thing that changes is the height. That is it. You go from there in the exact same kind of like steady tempo, straight up and right back down. So watch, my rifle's not gonna change speeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, 6, 7, 8, and up, 6. You kind of see? Now down stays consistent. And down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Even when my rifle's in the air, that down is consistent. So I just talked about that for a long time just now. So make sure you're remembering that as we work on the next parts. So again, I just did 4 drop spins. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab. I do 3 more. So this is 4 and 1, 2. I do 3, 4, and then I go right back up on 4 and 1, 2. Cool, and now that last little part, we just do them consecutively. So I just ended 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 1, 2. From here, I'm gonna go right back up into that same single. And this is where that adding or taking away energy is really coming into play. Because it is true, if you add energy to the first ones, you can fix it with the drop spins before you go into your next one. And then same thing, if you take it away, you can kind of fix it on the end and you can get back into the groove. But with these ones, if you do too much, you can't go back into the single. If you do too little, same thing, you can't go back in. So you really, really want to make sure that you are getting consistent with that tempo so the motion can continue. And your kind of goal, like I tell my students, is that you should be trying to get this as quiet as possible. Because these are meant to be soft connections that continue motion and not hard connections, you really, really have to feel soft, 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 soft. But I'm not taking away energy, I'm just approaching the rifle softly so that the motion continues. So make sure you understand those things as you're working through. Very soft connection. You shouldn't want to hear that strap sound. It should only be hearing, you should only be hearing it on catches, on hard connections. So let's try that whole exercise. So I had 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, stop. So right after that 4th continuous single, I'm gonna land drop spin and I'm gonna stop right on that count 1. So here we go. Let's do 16 and 8, 5 and 6 and 5, 6 spins here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12 and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6 and 1 and 3 and 5 and 7, 8, 1. And I'm done with that right side. Now I do the left side, which is harder, but it's gonna benefit you more, really understanding how to continue motion because of the way we toss. That similar thing, that down up swing, is what you really, really wanna be latching onto with this exercise. So same thing as the right side. I'm not taking away energy or adding energy or trying to make it faster or slower. I'm literally just lifting that hand a little bit higher than my normal drop spin, and that single is gonna come right out. And you should kind of think shoulder level for these consecutive singles. So I go and shoulder, and shoulder, and that shoulder level when you release is going to be that perfect level to get it at that consistent down. So from that count 6, I do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and then I continue 7, 8, and 9, 10, same thing, 11, 12, and 3rd, and 11, 12, and 3rd, 4, and then same thing, 5th, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, hit, grab. So notice again, I'm really continuing that motion. So this one was a little bit loud. I don't know if you heard that. That left side was choppy. You don't want that choppy, loud feeling. You want that motion to really continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue, 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 hit, grab. You really, really want to try not to make that strap make noise. So now the whole exercise, I go 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press and 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, 6, 7, 8, up 9, 10, 11, 12, up third, 4, 5, 6, up 1, up 3, up 5, up 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and third, 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, 9. So now a couple things to look out for as you're doing these. Make sure you are not dropping that shoulder every single time you release or catch. Both things are very common habits to have, so make sure you're kind of focusing on that. Record yourself. Every time you're doing this exercise, record yourself, because you can see if you're adding energy or taking away energy, if your hand's going to the right spot, all those things. This exercise is very, very specific to make it work. If you do a different thing, it won't be smooth, it won't be consistent, and you won't be able to consecutively do those singles. So make sure every little part of the technique is pristine. Awesome. And that's consecutive singles. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and message me on Instagram. Thanks, guys.